while speaking in an interview with Chester Williams, Executive Secretary of the National Students Federation in New York City, over WABC and Columbia Network Radio, the Indian Nobel laureate, poet and philosopher Rabindranath Tagore spoke on youth rebuilding the world and wrote, "I am not afraid. I will not be afraid." Nirbhaya. A free spirit of love and joy that was born to live and spread happiness. Today lies crushed under the debris of man's evil desires. Angry and frustrated at this tragic turn of events, hundreds and thousands of young men and women take to the streets, protesting against the political leaders and the police, seeking justice and protection of women and young girls, demanding capital punishment for the rapist. Vagina Monologues fame Eve Ensler's 1 billion rising campaign rocks India. The Indian Parliament lay paralyzed and the Prime Minister is challenged. Bungalows of top political leaders are damaged and the government is forced to reconsider the safety, security and the status of women in the country.
माँ, बहुत दर्द सहकर, बहुत दर्द देकर, तुझसे कुछ कहकर मैं जा रही हूँ। आज मेरी विदाई में जब सखियां मिलने आएंगी, सफेद जोड़े में लिपटी देख सिसक सिसक मर जाएंगी। लड़की होने का खुद पे फिर वो अफसोस जताएंगी। माँ, तू उनसे इतना कह देना कि दरिंदों की दुनिया में संभल कर रहना। माँ, तेरे लिए अब क्या कहूं, दर्द को तेरे शब्दों में कैसे बांधूं, फिर से जीने का मौका कैसे मांगूं। माँ, लोग तुझे सताएंगे, मुझे आजादी देने का तुझ पे इल्जाम लगाएंगे। माँ, सब सह लेना, पर ये ना कहना अगले जन्म मुझे बिटिया ना देना।
At this hour of complete hopelessness and despair, Nirbhaya becomes a guiding light and a formidable force to reckon with. The Prime Minister in his address says, "I would like to touch upon 3 subjects that I consider most important. The first concerns the safety, security, and status of women in our society. It is widely accepted that as a country, we have vast improvements to make in this vital area. These issues come into sharper focus after the horrific gang rape incident in Delhi last December. The gruesome assault on a little girl a few days back reminds us once again of the need to work collectively to root out this sort of depravity from our society." Women's life in India is still in a medieval dark age. From fetus to grave, from house to street, women are violated every day, every moment. According to the UNDP report of 2013, when India's Human Development Index is adjusted for gender inequality, it becomes South Asia's worst performing country after Afghanistan, Pakistan, Nepal and Bangladesh, which are poorer than India and have lower HDIs. Yet, all seem to do comparatively better than India when it comes to gender equality. According to the World Health Organization, intimate partner violence, or IPV, accounts for the highest report of health hazard caused by sexual abuse. Pregnant women are kicked in the abdomen, beaten and even lynched if they deny repeated sex at midnight or early morning. Working women are denied food and thrown out of their homes if they fail to cook good food for their in-laws or fail to wash their clothes and make their beds. Very often, women are forced to remain inside their homes and are not allowed to socialize without the presence of their husbands or their family members. Such women suffer serious forms of depression. When the women fall sick and refuse to go to the field to attend to the crops, they are brutalized by their family members and forced to work and irrigate the plants of paddy and wheat. Indian rural women are treated as slaves. If a husband dies an unnatural death, his widow is forced to marry the brother-in-law, and if she refuses, the woman is thrown out of her matrimonial home and is not given her share of her husband's property and abandoned to die on the street. According to the World Health Organization, intimate partner violence causes serious health hazards and curbs women's participation in development of gross national productivity. The suffering of Indian women is perpetuated by the hard fact that millions of men in India find sex as the only form of free recreation, and they do not mind to perpetuate pregnancy to have more and more children, who could either assist them at work as free child labor or sell their girls away to become commercial sex workers for money. Economic hardship and exposure to mass media have created a dual psychosis and a clear social and moral imbalance in current Indian society, thus causing the emergence of a new paradigm of exploitation. However, a woman, by instinct, is stronger and is bestowed with an undying spirit, as she proudly declares, "I am grass. I am abused by everyone. I am crushed every moment. I am pinched all the time, but I look up, and I become green and greener. I am Nirbhaya. You cannot kill me, even if I live the violence." Three days after Nirbhaya's death, the Government of India created a special task force under the leadership of Sri Rupa Mitra Chaudhary and an expert body to deal with rape, trafficking and violence against women, to put in place a mechanism to deal with the pain and plight of the victims. The task force is reaching out to build mutual confidence between the police and the public and trying to sensitize our forces. The Special Task Force has prompted the National Commission for Women, the Housing and Urban Development Corporation of India and the National Building Construction Corporation to build Nirbhaya shelters for battered women in different parts of the country. Shelters for respite to abandoned and victimized women. The task force has also created an independent commission on rape for protection of human rights of the survivors with the help of prominent civil society members. The commission hears the pain and deprivation of the victims. The government has set up an apex committee to review the national policy of empowerment of women. The National Domestic Violence Law, the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, and the amended rape laws have been put into action. The mass awareness raising tools have been placed at the community level to spread legal literacy to women. The Indian representative has been invited across the world to generate awareness on the cause of protection of rights of Indian women. The government and the civil society are strongly defending the women of the country and trying hard to prevent escalation of violence against women and to restore peace and solidarity.
দুবেলা মরার আগে মরবো না ভাই মরবো না, আমি ভয় করবো না ভয় করবো না, আমি ভয় করবো না ভয় করবো না। দুবেলা মরার আগে মরবো না ভাই মরবো না, আমি ভয় করবো না ভয় করবো না, আমি ভয় করবো না ভয় করবো না, আমি ভয় করবো না ভয় করবো না।